Welcome to this overview of the computer science concepts for the course, Coding with Minecraft. In this video, we'll review the featured computer science concepts, summarize how you'll introduce the concepts in the unplugged activities, and recap additional resources to support your continued preparation. You might find it helpful to have the unit materials open as you listen to this video, so you can pause the video at any time to explore the materials in more detail. The first unit introduces students to computer science and coding. While computer science is an immense subject that's difficult to define, it can be described as the study of what machines can do for humans. It includes things like learning how to create new software, solving computing problems, and inventing new ways to use technology. Code, also known as a computer program, or even a script, is a set of instructions that tells a computer to do something. This first unit does not include an unplugged activity. Instead, you'll introduce these concepts through group discussion and then move right into a coding tutorial. Unit 2 features events. An event is an action that's detected by a computer. For example, when you click a button on the mouse, the computer detects a mouse click event. An event handler is the part of a program that runs when a specific event happens, and in MakeCode, these blocks usually start with the word on. A mouse click event can trigger the computer to open an app, move the cursor, or save a file. In the unplugged activity, some students will act out events, while others act out the resulting event handler actions to reinforce the cause and effect relationship between events and event handlers. Unit 3 focuses on coordinates, which tell a program where an action should take place. In Minecraft, a coordinate is a three-dimensional position of XYZ, where X represents the east-west axis, Y the up and down axis, and Z the north-south axis. There are two types of positions in Minecraft. Absolute world position is represented as X, Y, Z, and is based on the distance from the world origin point to an object. The Minecraft world origin is 0, 0, 0. Pressing F1 on the keyboard will show the player's absolute position in the game. Relative player position is represented as X, Y, Z with a tilde symbol before each coordinate, and it's based on the distance from the player's current position to an object. In Minecraft, the player's current position is always tilde 0, tilde 0, tilde 0, which is the block representing the lower half of a player's body. This type of position is not visible in the game. In the unplugged activity, you'll show latitude and longitude coordinates of Null Island, which is the world's geographical origin point, and other locations. Then you'll help students calculate the absolute position of your classroom's location and other selected locations. This unit includes a second unplugged activity in Lesson B to reinforce the concepts further. Your students will imagine the classroom as a Minecraft world and calculate absolute and relative positions of things in the room. Unit 4 features variables. Similar to how lockers hold students' belongings, variables are containers for storing data that can change as a program runs. The code tells the computer when to look for the variable and what to look for. The type of data depends on the type of variable. A number variable holds numeric data, for example, a person's age or a player's score. A string holds a combination of alphanumeric characters, like a person's name or a password. A Boolean has only two possible values, true or false. An example would be, is it daytime or is the game over? And in MakeCode, the position variable holds the three coordinates. During the unplugged activity, students act out variables in teams. There are three variables: slap their thighs or desk, clap their hands, and snap their fingers. Index cards have three numbers to indicate the number of times each variable is performed by a student, while another student who can't see the index card guesses the variable value. Unit 5 deep dives into conditionals. A conditional is a rule or criteria that must be met before an action is performed. They tell a computer when to perform a certain task. Conditionals can follow two formats: an if-then statement and an if-then-else statement. The unplugged activity is a fun variation on the game Simon Says, where you provide different conditional statements while students follow them. Then you'll explain the different types of conditionals and make code. Students learn about functions in Unit 6. A function is a self-contained set of instructions for performing a specific task within a computer program. You can write the set of instructions once as a function, and from then on simply call the function from inside your program whenever you need that task done. In the unplugged activity, students imagine a robot making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and write the pseudocode for the task as functions. Then you'll pretend to be the robot and execute the code, making a real sandwich if possible. Be sure to substitute the peanut butter if there are any concerns about allergies. In Unit 7, the computer science concept is iteration, which is when you want to do the same thing more than once. It's the part of the program that tells a computer to repeat sets of instructions under different conditions. In MakeCode, iteration is coded with loop blocks. The repeat block is a counted loop that repeats an action n number of times. A for block is another counted loop that performs an action n number of times, but uses an index variable that can be changed with other variables. The while block runs an action as long as the conditional inside of it is met, and a forever loop runs the full length of the program. The unplugged activity helps students experience the efficiency of loops. They imagine a chair is a house in a Minecraft world and write instructions for a partner to walk completely around the outside of the house using two commands: forward and turn left or right. When they add loops, it reduces the number of commands that they have to write. Then you'll explain the different types of loops and make code. This unit includes a second unplugged activity in Lesson B to further reinforce the concepts. Students think of a task and describe the repeated steps that comprise this task in pseudocode. Then they try to guess one another's task. Unit 8 focuses on arrays, which are a series of places to store things. You can think of it like many variables in one place. For example, if you wanted to code the contents of a line of mailboxes, you could code a bunch of variables. Or you could use one array with the name of mailboxes and store the contents of each in the array. The location of a particular item in an array is called its index. The first index is 0 by default. So if there are 6 mailboxes, the length of the array is 6 and the indices are 0 to 5. In the first unplugged activity, you'll help students apply the terms they've just learned to things that they collect. Lesson A has a second unplugged activity that focuses on sorting methods for arrays. With 10 student volunteers getting sorted in numeric order, then by height to mimic a bubble sort algorithm, as you help them see the steps and sub-steps involved in coding a computer to sort arrays properly. In Unit 9, students will explore artificial intelligence, meaning intelligence demonstrated by machines. In the unplugged activity, students play tic-tac-toe as you walk them through their decision-making process and help them develop intelligent rules to play. Unit 10 is the final project. No new concepts are introduced, but you will lead a course review activity. Remember, the course overview guide includes recommended resources and a glossary to support your preparation. Thank you for bringing computer science to your students with Minecraft Education Edition and Microsoft MakeCode.